Fight Hop here with John David Jackson, trainer of Brian Bye-Bye Jennings, fighting tomorrow night. How are you feeling? What do you try to work with him on, and what are you looking for in this fight as far as improvement and the stuff you've been working on?
With this fight, Brian's a hell of a puncher. He doesn't realize how strong he truly is. So for this fight here, I'm trying to get him to go more towards the opponent, go to the body and break him down so he can be more impressive with Bob Arum and the other boxing notables out there that rank him and get him ranked higher. This is his third fight back, and I think this is the third fight that he needs. This should be his last fight with this caliber of opponent. After this fight, he needs to step on up and show the boxing world that he's ready to challenge the heavyweight title once again. But not right away. Let these guys fight each other, and then maybe towards the end of the year, maybe get a shot at it.
What do you tell him, you yourself as a former world champion and then experience some of the business end of the sport? What do you try and give him as far as advice, as far as how patient he needs to be for his opportunities?
Well, having gone through that myself as a fighter, be patient. I just tell him, if you can, just get as many fights you get under your belt between now and your next title shot, because for him it's important that he gets the experience, because he wasn't he didn't have an extensive amateur career, and he really didn't have, even though he fought as a professional, he said, I'm just out training. So for him, I tell him, just keep learning as you go along. So by the time you fight for the title this time, not only will you fought for the title, but you can win the title.
What have, in your experiences now as a coach and the fighters you've worked with and experiencing all that, is it any more or any less that you have to deal with as far as the politics of it once you start training with the elite fighters, with all the rumors and stuff that start up with when you like with Hovelop and all that stuff?
Not so much. Boxing is different now. You can lose a fight, lose 2 fights in a row, and fight for the title once again. You don't have to really go back and reestablish yourself and get back up in the rankings. You can lose 2 fights and come back and win the title and call yourself champion. You got to beat 2 fights prior. So boxing it's a little bit different now. Now everyone's hurried for glory gratification. It's just not what it used to be. You used to fight, you had to fight the best to be the best. Now you got to fight one guy and be champion. He's called champion.
Anything? What is your prospects? Your thoughts on so many fighters these days come in overweight? They're willing to give up their titles, and it's almost like belts don't mean anything like they used to be. Your thoughts on that?
Well, not so much belt. It's the rules and regulations. Here's the problem. I'm glad you brought that up, because I have to include my fighters previously. These guys, they come in and they make the weight the day of, the day before, and then they refuse to step on the scale the next day. Why? Because they ballooned up so much. One guy recently came in 32 pounds over the next day. Now he's fighting cruiserweight, but you want to brag and say you beat this other kid who came in the next day 168. He came in 8 pounds heavier. You were cruiserweight when you fought this guy. Now you want to brag and say how great you were? No, because you cheated. And that's what's wrong with boxing. These guys, they get 24 hours, sometimes 36 hours to rehydrate, and they use intravenous. They feed themselves, or they do things that they put so much weight on. Now you got a big advantage over your opponent. When I was fighting, we fought the same day. Here's what they should go back to. I don't care how they said. Go back the same day weighing in for the fight. That's where there's no questions, no rules. There's no questions. You come in the same day, you can't make weight. That's your fault. Then move up. But don't cheat and come in one division one day and then come in weighing the next day 3 divisions above that. Now you're just cheating. I don't care how you slice it. It's cheating. You can call yourself the best or whatever. It's cheating. That's what you're a cheater, because you know what? You can fight a man at the right weight. You fight them too heavy. That's what a lot of these guys do nowadays. They balloon up after the fight, the weigh-in, and now they're rehydrated, but they're not what they once were. Now they're like 2 or 3 divisions above. How do you help? Come on.
Definitely. What do you think today? I know with the social media and everything that fighters had their personal life always, but it wasn't in the spotlight. Someone like Adrian Broner and all that with the recent legal stuff. How much are you glad that boxing wasn't like that back then? You used to have a private life, and now it seems you never have a private moment.
And I'm a very private person. I'm glad that we didn't have social media like that back then. I'm glad that modern technology wasn't invented back when I was, first turning professional. Because sometimes now fighters put too much of their business down the streets, more than what they should. It's not good for their image, especially if you're a good fighter and you got a chance to make great money from the endorsement end of it. But if you show your private life is not a good private life, you might kill those endorsements for yourself. So sometimes people, they put more out there than they should with putting their business in the streets. Keep your mouth shut sometimes. Stay up to social media. Don't let everybody know what you're doing.
Yeah,
it's not good for you.
And then when you ended as a fighter, many fighters have told me in the past that they don't want to become a trainer because they feel that if they're in the gym they're going to get the itch to fight again. So how long did it take you to really realize you wanted to become a trainer and it didn't bother you that your career was over?
Yeah. You know, it took a minute because, you know, when I first, my professional trainer, Georgie Benton, told me that I would train fighters one day, and I said, you must be crazy. I'm not going to train boxers. He said, no, you're real good at what you do as far as teaching. So, you know, he was the person who let me know that, and I didn't believe him. Around 2000, I realized, because my last fight was in September of 1999. Around 2000, I realized, you know what, I can teach these guys and teach them what I learned if they're willing to listen. There's a lot of guys today aren't willing to listen. And that's when I knew I could do it, but I also knew that once I retired, I was done. Not because I was getting beat up, I wasn't. It's just that it's hard for me to get fights because of my style. Nobody wanted to fight me. So I figured, you know what, let me do something different, and I started getting calls to train fighters, and I said, well, why not give it a shot?
Well, you've been an excellent trainer as well as you were an excellent fighter. Any closing thoughts out there to say to the fans? What to expect from Brian Jennings or any of your other stable that you might have coming up?
Well, as far as Brian goes, you know, he's learning and he's getting better with each fight. You know, the fans have realized Brian didn't really box growing up. So boxing came late to Brian. Right now he's doing on-the-job training. With each fight he's getting better and he's strong as hell. So look for good things from Brian in the near future. Maybe a title shot by the end of the year. Or if not, next year, which is even better.
All right. Thank you very much. Good luck to you guys.